Hello everybody and welcome to the Richmond Raceway for the regular season finale for our 2002 NR2003 seasons. We are green and underway with Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman, our two winningest drivers on the front row, with Dale Earnhardt Jr. bubble driver right behind them with Ricky Rudd. As Matt Kenseth, of course, is clear for the lead already. He leads the way. Earnhardt is trying to take second from Ryan Newman as the field makes their way down through the corners here through 3 and 4. Kenseth holds the lead early. Earnhardt Jr. into second now around Ryan Newman, running right where it needs to be. Get a lot of stage points. Try to make it in over Terry Labonte, Elliott Sadler, Jeff Gordon Jr. looking for one of those final 2 spots available for points in the playoffs. Caution is already out on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. We already have a caution. What has happened? It looks like the 21 of Elliott Sadler. Speaking of bubble drivers, the 21 has had a big crash and may be out of this race, which could be huge for the playoffs as Elliott Sadler slid up the racetrack here and gets hit by the 44 Buckshot Jones hard into the back of Bobby Labonte, and that destroys Elliott Sadler's race car. Jeff Gordon gets a little piece of it, but he will be okay. We can see back where this started. It looks like this started down the backstretch and everyone just went super low, just trying to get out of the way, I guess, and they all merge back on the track. Elliott Sadler spins himself out and gets hit hard by Buckshot Jones, and that will indeed knock Elliott Sadler out of this race, and his playoff hopes are officially done. He will miss the playoffs after being in comfortably a couple of weeks ago. Elliott Sadler is now out and has choked away a playoff spot, and he's the only DNF in this race. Buckshot Jones is a lap car as Matt Kenseth continues to lead over Jeff Green, Ricky Rudd, and Todd Bodine. Oh, we got a crash. Mark Martin around to the outside wall. Big contact there with Casey Atwood. Big collision there for Mark Martin, and it's not looking good for him. His chances are very slim of advancing after this crash to the playoffs. He was pretty much having to win anyway. Now it has definitely put him in that position with this hard crash off of Casey Atwood, who's also in a must-win situation. As there is Rusty Wallace, your regular season points leader, trying to clinch the regular season championship today, turns Mark Martin hard into Casey Atwood and causes this accident. And then meanwhile, down the front stretch, they're racing back. Casey Atwood's around Kurt Busch in the fence with Kyle Petty and Jimmy Johnson as well. Another crash here down the backstretch right after the Mark Martin incident. Everyone's scattering trying to avoid. Casey Atwood ends up getting himself turned here by Jerry Nadeau right up into Kurt Busch hard. Sterling Marlin, Bobby Humphrey, Kyle Petty, Jimmy Johnson pile in, nowhere to go. And it's just more carnage as these cars spin afterwards. Around goes Steve Park and Bobby Labonte trying to avoid it. They come back up the track and they wipe out as the carnage continues. Jeff Green may have gone ahead of Matt Kenseth, but they score Kenseth the leader here in the restart. Now Steve Park is out of the race, as well as Kyle Petty and Casey Atwood, and all 3 of those drivers will miss the playoffs. They were all in must-win situations. They are now out. Kenseth leading. How about Todd Bodine battling Dave Blaney for second? 2 guys who need some good runs to try to set themselves up in position to have a shot at winning their way into the playoffs. As we look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. here running mid-pack, our first and highest running bubble driver right now. Look at Terry Labonte a little further back, and Jeff Gordon not far behind Terry right now at the back of the field. And of course, Elliott Sadler is out of this race. Matt Kenseth continues to lead. Todd Bodine runs second. Bobby Labonte, Dave Blaney fight for third. So far, looks like everyone's going to avoid Buckshot Jones, avoid any incidents here. And Brett Bodine almost got into the back of him. There, he's going to turn him down to Kenny Wallace, and around goes Buckshot Jones. I was just speaking that they were going to try to avoid him, and he gets turned. Oh, big collision there for Ryan Newman, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Gordon. A big slam to the back of Sterling Marlin. Damage sustained by the 24-year defending champion, trying to fight his way into the playoffs, is involved in that accident. And Matt Kenseth, though, continues to lead. Now Todd Bodine will take the lead after Kenseth has come down pit road, as he puts Mark Martin one lap down there on the inside lane, but he gets shoved up the racetrack by Dave Blaney. Here comes Dave Blaney trying to make a charge with Jeremy Mayfield up to the front of this pack right now. We are having some intense battles here at Richmond among bubble drivers and drivers who need wins, as Buckshot Jones will finally bring it down the pit lane after all the carnage he has been involved in tonight so far. You see Terry Labonte behind his teammate Jerry Nadeau. Terry, he's trying to catch up to Dale Jr. so he can be within enough spots so he can eliminate Earnhardt and still be in with his teammate Jeff Gordon. We'll see. Can he make it? Oh, Jerry Nadeau gets turned in the wall by John Andretti, and around goes Nadeau into the fence. He takes Andretti with him. They ride the wall all the way around the corner, and they finally spin, and Newman, of course, gets a piece of it. Unlucky Ryan Newman the past couple of weeks after his red-hot streak just before these last few regular season ending races. And now after another caution that's taken out Ricky Rudd, Kenny Wallace, and Dale Jarrett and Bobby Hamilton out of this race. So Dale Jarrett is out, and of course Todd Bodine is still racing, but Ricky Rudd is out of that 28 car. He will be put, of course, he's already in the playoffs, but that will not help his cases. That pretty much clinches Rusty Wallace the regular season championship, and that'll be 15 bonus playoff points. Rusty Wallace is officially your 2002 regular season champion. As Jeff Gordon, though, is leading. Bubble driver, oh, we got trouble up ahead. There's smoke. There's a big stack up. Brett Bodine's way on the bottom of the racetrack here. Something must have happened. It looks like he was right at the front, too, because he was right behind Rusty Wallace, who actually sent Ricky Craven here sideways. Craven went up the track. They both saved it. That sent Brett Bodine low and stacked everybody up. So Brett Bodine almost wrecked, so that gives Jeff Gordon even more comfortable race lead as he stayed out here trying to get some stage points, of course, to get himself in a position, and he needs to get those points. And Brett Bodine up the racetrack, wipes himself out into Andretti, Harvick, and Newman. Brett Bodine was too aggressive at the racetrack, slams Ryan Newman, Kevin Harvick in the fence. John Andretti slams Brett Bodine, hard collision there for the 43 of Andretti, and hated for Kevin Harvick as he was just trying to make his way back up in the playoff contention. He's in a must-win situation, but he had a decent car. As now we look back up towards the front of the field, Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt Jr. racing 3 wide, 4 position in the Hornets' nest, middle of the pack right here. 2 bubble drivers who need every point they can get. Looks like Terry Labonte got him at the line. As he races here is Jeff Gordon. Now Kenny Schrader leads on lap 63, it looks like here, over Bill Elliott and Dave Blaney as we go into turn 1. And back here you see Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr. running together. Oh, Sterling Marlin gets turned right in front of the field. Down the track he goes. Oh, Mike Skinner, big contact. He gets around. Robbie Gordon gets a piece of it. Oh, Terry Labonte is crashed. The 5 machine, big damage, and the car is completely stopped on the apron here. Sorry, in the middle of the racing line. What's happened to Terry Labonte? So, trying to avoid this incident, he hits right here the back of Jeremy Mayfield pretty hard. Minor collision. I think it's slammed by John Andretti right there. And it turned around again, and that will actually just destroy Terry Labonte's race car in the 5. Our second bubble driver today to DNF from this race, and possibly there's still a chance he can make the playoffs, but he's out in 30th. He could still very much miss the playoffs right now with Dale Earnhardt Jr. still in the race and within range of pointing his way in here if he gets a good amount of stage points and outruns Terry Labonte, which he will, as Michael Waltrip gets put in the wall hard right there by Mark Martin, bounding for the lead. No, Jerry Nadeau gets sent to the inside wall. Now Bobby Labonte spinning off of Sterling Marlin. More carnage as the field goes crashing into turn 3. Bobby Labonte's horrible season continues. Mike Skinner, oh, Kevin Harvick just got sent into the pit wall right there, I think. Oh my God, what is happening here in Richmond? A chaotic regular season finale as Nadeau gets turned by Bobby Labonte, and he comes right back up the racetrack and cleans out 3 other cars. And then watch the 29 of Kevin Harvick here on the bottom with Matt Kenseth when we get a better view of it. But see right there, Nadeau gets spun. Bobby Labonte just comes right back up the track and just wipes out 4 guys already all up into the fence. Yeah, watch the 29 though of Harvick racing with Matt Kenseth here all the way to the bottom. Kenseth slams him into the pit wall. Oh my goodness, Kevin Harvick head on into the pit wall. And the opening, a horrible spot to crash. That car's destroyed, and now smoke coming out of the back of the 8 machine. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with trouble as he spins himself coming out of the pit lane right before Kevin Harvick gets absolutely sent head on to the pit wall. He gets slammed hard by the 99 Jeff Burton, and then the smoke starts rolling out the back of that 8 machine. And all of a sudden, Terry Labonte could be in a position here to advance if Earnhardt's car is destroyed. Jeff Gordon is sitting pretty right now. And now Ward Burton is leading here on lap 74 on the outside of Mark Martin behind Brett Bodine. 2 lap cars. He's trying to put a lap down. And you got Jeff Gordon back there is running in second place, fighting Jimmy Johnson for second, actually. Having some very good runs. Those who are Jeff Gordon doing exactly what he needs to do to make the playoffs and have a shot to defend his championship from last season, of course. As now Johnson and Ward Burton side by side for the race lead. Here comes Jimmy. Oh, we got a crash. Jeff Burton, Todd Bodine, and Dave Blaney. Here's a replay of what happened. See Bobby Labonte, Bill Elliott caught some damage in that as well. Now Ward Burton still leading this race. What's been a crazy regular season finale so far. Johnson almost gets turned by Jerry Nadeau right there. He saves it though. As we continue on, Ward Burton with this race lead. Rusty Wallace is actually a lap down. Jimmy Johnson though is second, and it looks like third place is Johnny Benson, and Jeff Gordon's back in fourth. Oh, Johnny Benson just pitted, which caused a massive stack up back here. We got multiple three-wide situations. You're heading to 1 and 2. You know when they're three wide, anything can happen here. Bill Elliott racing with Dave Blaney, Buckshot Jones around this area where all the carnage typically happens. But everyone stays clean as Ward Burton brings us to the last lap of stage 1 here at Richmond, looking to get a stage win, 10 stage points. He still hypothetically could point his way into the playoffs, but it is very unlikely here. Since I think Terry Labonte finished 30th, which he at least got like 10 points. I think that means Ward Burton's still going to be in a must-win situation here. But Ward Burton wins stage 1 at Richmond. Followed by Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Craven, Jeremy Mayfield, Todd Bodine, Jeff Gordon. You got Jeff Burton there. Oh, we got a crash. Tony Stewart and Dave Blaney crash coming across the line to get the last 2 stage points. Robbie Gordon, Bill Elliott got points as well. But look at this. Tony Stewart gets turned off of Dave Blaney into the wall, fighting for the last stage point here at Richmond. And that's what's been happening all day today. Carnage, 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 carnage. Now Robbie Gordon somehow has finagled his way into the lead by Ward Burton here in stage 2. As they try to hold the race lead. Behind us, we got 3 wide once again here. You got Craven, Bill Elliott getting squeezed back there. But Robbie Gordon doing a great job holding the race lead right now. Making sure everything is taken care of. These are Ward Burton, Rusty Wallace right there behind him, who is a lapper. Nice back here. We got another 3 wide situation here. Michael Waltrip, Kendra. Oh, Jeff Gordon gets sent to the outside wall with John Andretti. Jeff Gordon, now the 4th bubble driver today to have issues. All of them have started this time. Jeff Gordon is turned by his own teammate, Jimmy Johnson, hard into John Andretti. Big damage to the 43. Jeff Gordon looks okay. He will be able to continue, but not what he needed to have today. As now Jeremy Mayfield has taken the lead at Richmond. As the lead continues to change hands quicker than we can track here. As behind us, the racing continues to be intense as Mark Martin's about to get absolutely sent by Jerry Nadeau off the track into Sterling Marlin. Oh, they slide, and there goes Dave Blaney and Sterling Marlin into the outside wall. They both go around, and the caution will come out once again here in Richmond. Let's see, Mark Martin came right up the track to Sterling Marlin, just clipped Dave Blaney, and Marlin and Dave Blaney crashed in the outside wall. Of course, Sterling Marlin, your most recent race winner, your Southern 500 winner in dominating fashion. As now Michael Waltrip will take the lead here on lap 118, trying to stay behind his teammate Dale Jr. to let him back on the lead lap, as he knows the playoff battle that Dale Jr. is in the middle of right now and how Jr. needs to make it. But Mikey now shows to the side. There was Dave Blaney around behind. He already been completely junked into the corner. Oh, now Ward Burton, Ryan Newman, big hit to the inside of the wall, and more contact as the Wreckfest streak of 3 races in a row here is continuing. Endless carnage. Unbelievable. I cannot believe what is happening this race today. Unbelievable. Oh, we got more carnage. John Andretti, Jeff Burton hard into the wall with Labonte and Marlin. Labonte came up the track, sent Jeff Burton head on into the outside wall there with the 43 of John Andretti. A huge crash right there. Then Tony Stewart goes around. Jeff Gordon around as well. Once again, the 24 with problems, who is fighting for his playoff life here today, gets turned by Brett Bodine, but both Elliott Sadler and Terry Labonte out of the race. Jeff Gordon has pretty much clinched a playoff spot right now, unless there is a new winner and Dale Jr. significantly outpoints him, which right now is not the case, because Jr.'s a lap down. Jeff Gordon's on the lead lap. Mikey still leading over Rusty Wallace and Bill Elliott here as we go down the backstretch. Jr. still trying to fight to get back and lead lap. Buckshot Jones just got absolutely sent by Mark Martin, but he saved it. Comes back up the track in front of Sterling Marlin, barely making that work, and now Sterling with the crossover, making 3 wide with Bobby Labonte. He will make that move work successfully. As we continue to watch. Oh, we got trouble up ahead. Big smoke, big damage. Rusty Wallace is around the 2, is running in second and gets spun in front of the field. Your regular season champion goes around off of the bumper of Bill Elliott, sends him right down to top of 9, who sends Rusty spinning. Then Bill Elliott spins right back up the racetrack into his own teammate of Jeremy Mayfield, who goes down the track. And then Bill Elliott stacks it back there, and Jeff Gordon collects even more damage here as he continues to try to fight to finish this race with all the wrecks he's been involved in lately. As Rusty went around, and Jeff Gordon piled hard in the back of Ward Burton back there. As you see the damage to that 24 car, still only minor. Somehow he's making it happen today. But it's Michael Waltrip leading the field back to the caution flag here in Richmond through this absolute demolition derby of a race. And now Robbie Gordon's back in the lead again. Ken Schrader, though, is heating him up, though. Schrader runs in second. He's a very fast car. Of course, won Richmond and earlier this season, and won Bristol a couple of episodes ago. In trouble down the front stretch. Ward Burton this time, with Johnny Benson coming out of the final corner of the racetrack. As you see, Johnny Benson gets turned by Ward Burton, spun off the track into Jeff Gordon. Big collision into Rusty Wallace. Huge hit for the 9, the 2, and the 24. That's Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace, and Jeff Gordon. Major contact made. And you see Jeff Gordon almost got airborne there off of Rusty Wallace, and a hard crash here to bring out the caution flag. As Robbie Gordon and Ken Schrader duke it out for P1. As they go back to the line, Schrader is going to take the lead here from Robbie Gordon with that move as they race back to the line. Kenny Schrader now leads here in Richmond. Now Tony Stewart is racing Ryan Newman. Stewart is in the race lead. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is out of this race with Bobby Labonte, and the 44 Buckshot Jones Jr. is going to end up, I believe, in 20th here, or 19th. Anyway, that's only 10 or 11 points above Terry Labonte overall, because neither of them got any stage points, and therefore Dale Earnhardt Jr. will miss the playoffs, and Junior Nation is in shame right now. They are very sad. As we got contact here, we got trouble. There goes Newman around. Bobby Labonte spinning up Bill Elliott into the wall. Newman in it. Labonte crashes as well. Johnny Benson collects damage as the carnage continues. But the important story here, there's Dave Blaney around with Ricky Craven. But the important story here is that Dale Jr. is out of the race in the playoffs, which is perfect for Terry Labonte, unless there's an upset winner now. As Sterling Marlin around upside down goes the 40 of Marlin off of Jeff Gordon. He goes up and over. A huge crash. He gets turned by Newman. Jeff Gordon T-bones Sterling Marlin, sends him upside down, and somehow Jeff Gordon is still in this race after all the wrecks that he's been involved in. He is somehow still trucking on to the finish here, but a huge crash for Sterling Marlin. He will be done out of this race, but Terry Labonte and Jeff Gordon look to pretty much have their playoff spot locked unless we have an upset winner, which we could with Ricky Craven in the lead right now. He leads over Schrader, who's a 2-time winner this season. Coming to the last lap of the stage here at Richmond for Ricky Craven and Kenny Schrader. Schrader's trying to unlap himself, and Craven trying to get the stage win, the playoff point, and get himself in position to win this race and get into the playoffs if he can. Now on to the last lap of stage 2 here at Richmond for Ricky Craven, about to get a stage win to back up his stage wins from earlier this season at Talladega, where he had a very, very strong run there and was competitive throughout the day. Now he tossed the yellow command. Ricky Craven wins stage 2 in Richmond, followed by Bill Elliott somehow in second, and then third place is going to be Tony Stewart. Then top of 9 there will be fourth. Fifth place will be the Ward Burton's number 22. Sixth, Rusty Wallace. Seventh, Michael Waltrip. Eighth is going to be Jeff Gordon, and then the last stage points will go to Schrader and Mark Martin, I believe. And now we cut to the final lap of this race, where the race will end under caution, because it's been pretty much endless cautions ever since at this point. And Tony Stewart has found his way into the lead and is about to get win number 3 of 2002 at the perfect time, getting hot right at the end of the regular season. That is the perfect time to be heating up, as Tony Stewart will round 3 and 4 to take the caution flag and the checkered flag here in Richmond in a chaotic regular season finale. Tony Stewart wins at Richmond. Your runner-up is going to be the 36 car of Schrader. Third will be Johnny Benson. Jeff Gordon, fourth. Ricky Craven, fifth. You see, I think Todd Bodine was fourth, and then Craven. So you see Jeff Gordon in the top 10. So Jeff Gordon and Terry Labonte have officially clinched the final 2 playoff spots on points. because there was no new winner. You see the race results on the side of your screen, and you'll see the final regular season standings and the playoff grid heading into the round of 16 at New Hampshire momentarily. Now, of course, you see the final regular season playoff grid. Tony Stewart moves up to second with his third win of the season, as we ended up with 8 multi-time winners in the regular season. Jeff Gordon advances by 38 points, and Terry Labonte transfers by just 11 points over Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is so heartbreakingly close to making the playoffs with the late season charge. And then Elliott Sadler out by 20, Ward Burton by 22, Mark Martin and Jeff Burton by 29 and 53. So that's your final regular season standings. Jeff Gordon and Terry Labonte claim the final 2 spots. As now we look at the playoff grid heading to the round of 16, which begins at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in our next episode. It will be Tony Stewart starting out at the top of the playoff grid at 21 to the good, very comfortable Ricky Rudd, Ryan Newman, both multi-time winners, as well as Kenseth. You know, a lot of wins there. Plus 16, plus 15, plus 11 for them. Jimmy Johnson, Sterling Marlin up by 11 as well. Then regular season champion Rusty Wallace, so those 15 bonus playoff points puts him at 10 to the good above the cut line. Then Bill Elliott, Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Kurt Busch, and Ken Schrader round out your top 12 who currently advance. And the first 4 drivers out are Jimmy Spencer, Jeff Green, Jeff Gordon, and Terry Labonte. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.